Here is a Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 in yellow over black. This was born in 1967 with 11 different heat exchangers to make this a track-driven daily sports car. Getting 0 to 60s with that LT4 engine under 4 seconds, quarter mile in the 11-second margin. But is this the best sports car to option? I'm Anthony from Hawkeye Rides, and I'm going to go over the pros and cons, the problem that I have with the Camaro and the comparable rivals. Starting in the front, the Extreme Track Performance Package will get satin black hood wrap with the carbon fiber weave hood inserts with the enlarged splitters on the side to help with downforce, because when you have this LT4 engine that has a 6.2 liter supercharged V8, you need everything to keep it as planted as possible. That's producing 650 horsepower with 650 pound-feet of torque. This one's paired to a 6-speed manual transmission with an option for a 10-speed automatic transmission, reaching 60 as low as 3.5 seconds and a quarter mile at 11.4 seconds at 127 miles per hour. These wheels are going to have a 305/30/19 up front with a 325/30/19 out back. The red brake calipers housing 6 pistons in the front, Brembo brakes, a 2-piston in the rear, and racing is what's in mind with lightweight multi-matic DSSV, which is your dynamic suspension, and the 1LE will add the lighter wheels, the dampers, thinner rear glass with a fixed back rear seat, and that contributes to 60 pounds less than a standard ZL1, stopping 60 to 0 at 106 feet. And for 2019, they add the digital rear view mirror, so it makes it a little bit easier because this only has a reverse camera. The rear is going to get your quad exhaust tips on the lower, giving the aggressive appearance on all 4 corners. The taillights have been reworked, carbon fiber rear wings with specific air deflectors. Now going into comparable rivals, the Mustang. The GT350 is going to be a little bit slower than this. You'll have some savings, but if you bump it up to a GT500, it's going to be a night and day difference. But then the pricing also is going to increase. Going against the Dodge Challenger, it's going to beat it on a straight stretch 0 to 60 as well as the quarter mile, and it's going to stay planted more so because of the way they have made the aerodynamic kit to this vehicle, plus the suspension that goes with it. So hand in hand, you're getting a performance variant, but still an everyday sports car. Quick release, going into 9.1 cubic feet of storage. The opening is going to be a little bit tight, but I mean, it is pretty efficient for this type of vehicle, and you get a little storage net here. But more importantly, we need to go inside and start it up so you can hear that exhaust note. Eight-way power seat adjustment for the driver, 6-way power seat adjustment for the passenger, the Recaro seating, ZL1 badging, heated, ventilated memory for the driver. Headroom and leg room, which it's going to have one of the best in class for leg room for the front occupants. The dash is going to have the suede inserts. It's going to be a little bit more flat, and then it gets performance driven with a heads-up display. New this year is a 8-inch infotainment screen, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Sirius XM, AM, FM, streaming Bluetooth audio, Amazon Alexa, OnStar, and you also have the performance here where you can record everything whenever you're taking this vehicle on the track. Put it into reverse and we get a reverse camera. The trajectory will expand, and a digital rear view mirror. Going into dual climate control settings, and I like the circular air vents in the lower because it keeps a retro style with the suede inserts that's going to be around the stick and the key fob for the Camaro. It's going to be a little bit more sporty. It opens up and you'll have 2 USB ports tucked back there with a 12-volt right here. Wireless charging pad is more or less for the back seats with a suede flat bottom steering wheel, ZL1 badging multi-function. It's heated. The paddle shifts for the riv match, and the gauge cluster can go through an array of information for the driver, including the 4 different driving modes. The dashboard and door panels configure together. You're going to have the suede on the top, ambient lighting that's going to circle around the grab handle area, suede coming back into place, 1 touch up and down for the windows, and a smaller storage pocket with the Bose sound system. To go into the back, pull the lever, and you're gonna have to electronically move it forward yourself. And that's the space that you have. I'm 6'3", so let's see how I sit back here. You're gonna have some armrests on the side. It's gonna be soft right here, and the seat contours inward, so that helps with butt space. Feet space isn't bad, as well as leg space, as long as it's not pushed back too far. But then headroom, it's gonna be a little bit tight. There's really no way to make it easy for me. Look at this thing go. That's just a touch of what you're getting when you're talking 650 horsepower, 650 pound-feet of torque. The LT4 engine is very impressive. It is going to be a little bit harder to stay planted, very similar to the rivals like the Dodge Challenger. Now with the Riv Match, it does help for a day in and day out use if you're not used to driving a manual. But I'm accustomed to it because you have to be able to drive a manual in this type of field. The exhaust note that filters in is awesome. These American muscle cars are just a gem because you're getting a practical car in the sense that it's somewhat comfortable. I mean, you're gonna feel some of the imperfections that's gonna be there, but for an everyday drive, you can actually do that with a Camaro, and this is track driven. And if you option the 10-speed automatic transmission, it's faster than the Porsche PDK, which is crazy because this is a lot less in price. We're gonna try to keep it as planted as possible. You can feel the wheels start losing grip in the back. And that's one thing that I wish that Chevy, Ford, and even Dodge did, was implement an intelligent all-wheel drive system. Because when you do that, you have a vehicle that's going to have a lot more traction, especially whenever you are getting on it. And that's gonna take me to some pros and cons. Starting off with the pros, 2019, we get some refresh. So the interior gets the new ambient lighting. You're getting the wireless charging pad, the larger infotainment screen. The exterior gets highlighted as well. You have 650 reasons either way you go to pass anybody. The sound deadening isn't bad either. I like how they've made the climate control easier because you can just turn the actual circular vents to make it hotter or cooler. But I dislike how many buttons you have underneath the infotainment screen because they could have cleaned it up a little bit more so. And you have this kind of a butt structure in front of the gauge cluster. Let's rock and roll. It's just so hard to keep the thing planted, in which your hazards come on because the car just starts sliding around everywhere. We also have tire shine, so whenever you are pushing it, it's kind of tough to get that 0 to 60 at a 3.5 seconds like it's timed. You would have to have the tires dry, no shine on it, and you would want to run it a little bit so that way you get the tires a little bit more sticky. Some other cons that I have is there's no need for a back seat, even though we've put a one piece and we've done a lot of configuration to lower 60 pounds, but just make a rear delete. That way you can have a little bit more cargo capacity if need be, but you would save a ton of weight overall. The comfort to the drive isn't bad because the seat cushions are good. Recaro seats are standard, so the bolstering is going to be a little bit more sporty, but I do like that because we have a lot of power underneath us. It's a fun vehicle overall. I mean, you're going to be able to use this on a track, on a daily use. When you're thinking about comparable rivals, it fits right in class. It's gonna be a little bit less in cargo capacity than the Mustang. But I like the fun that you get out of these muscle cars because you're getting a true V8, and the exhaust sound that you get, it's like no other. And now going back to the question at the beginning, which one is better? Ford, Dodge, or Chevy? All three of them are going to be unique. All of them have the performance that you need. This one untaps it a little bit better if you're comparing 2019 model to 2019 model. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Check out the next video, merchandise, website, and Instagram. Leave a comment and a like. And I'd like to thank Morgan Chevrolet for giving us this 2019 Camaro ZL1 for our car review.